So this is a new what if that I am rebooting. I already made like farther in my YouTube channel. I did make a what if on what if Deku was the predator, but I want to do this what if because I really like this idea. So I already have a ship, but I'm not really quite sure on my second ship with this guy. So basically I already have him shipped up with Minata. But I was gonna ship him with Ochaku, but I was, but guys, you can either replace Ochaku with somebody else, or, just let her be the second ship. But yeah, so Deku's going to be mainly shipped with Miyata, because she does look kind of like an alien. So let's get into Deku's, whole entire birth and how he came to Earth. So let's get started. So I last left off, sorry guys, I didn't last left off. This is part one. Sorry. Basically, we start our story when Deku was born. Now, in this universe, surprisingly, Inko is Deku's adopted mother. Now, hear me out. Well, Deku's mom is his adopted mother, but her biological mother at the same time. Basically, Deku is born on planet Predator, whatever it is. Pretty much in that universe, Ochaku's quirk is called Planet Warp. Pretty much her quirk is very isn't really physical based, but she can teleport on any planet she wishes. So Deku's mother, wanted to go on vacation, but there's nothing on Earth that she didn't want to go to. So she wanted to use her quirk for the first time. So she got some space gear from a cousin that worked at NASA, and she went to planet through universe to universe, teleporting on planets for about 1 second, teleporting to planet to planet. The planet to planet, eventually landed on Predator planet. She saw that, the air was breathable for her, and she was looking around, seeing that it was very beautiful here. She didn't know who inhabited the planet, because if the air is breathable, it should have been something, that was living on this planet. She looked around and she saw something in the tree behind her. She saw a glimmering on some sort of silhouette of a person, but it was nothing there. She was confused, and out of nowhere, he saw a silhouette jump up. She used her quirk to teleport a couple feet away, but the predator saw that she was unarmed, and that she was kind of beautiful, or kind of pretty. Now this predator is um this predator that she that the pre this predator that came across her was a predator that went to Earth and then fell in love and actually started admiring the physical body of the female human. So pretty much he lowered down his weapons, and pretty much in this universe, predators have a mask or breed of mask that can transform their language into any type of language for any other aliens, like humans perhaps. So the predator pressed his mask, and he started pretty much understanding what the predator was saying, what the human was saying actually. So predator talked back to Ochaku, and pretty much they started talking and talking. Ochaku said I was on vacation, and pretty much saying about quirks and all that stuff. Now predators haven't been to Earth and haven't witnessed quirks yet. So pretty much they went to the predator village or city, and pretty much they're about to take down the human, but they see that that human isn't armed, and pretty much they take off in their gear, and they accept her in because she does have a great immense power. So pretty much she explains about quirks on planet Earth and how Earth people have evolved. The king predator, King Predator sends one of his predators to go to Earth. They find out Earthlings are very stronger and more, have more weirder facial details. He comes back to Earth, and he says that that they are superior to us now, even more, maybe even a more superior race. Pretty much, pretty much the king predator says, so they're a noble race for us to hunt. Is that right now? Because back then, they were very easy to hunt, but they always found a way to kill our best troops. Don't know why. Now, pretty much they start explaining to Inko how, everything works here, and pretty much, she gets a village house, like a village house or like a house, and pretty much she's just sitting there, and the predator that helped her out in the forest walks up to her and pretty much, starts talking to her. They start talking and talking, and we skip about 5 months later, and Inko's pregnant. So pretty much Inko hasn't given birth yet, but she does find out she's pregnant, and pretty much the Predator King, has nothing really against this, but he does say that this human child must be taken care of our predator race, and see how human breeding with predators might change the human's physical body, or, DNA. So pretty much 9 months later, Deku is born, and they take him to the Predator, the space hospital or whatever. I don't even know if the Predators have a hospital for labor or birth. And pretty much they take him there, and he does have some similar, you know, um, recompanions with Predators. Now, I'm pretty sure Predators do, produce asexually, because that's why they wear those tunics, or those skirt things, so yeah. Oh, sexually, yeah. Yeah, sexually. So, Deku is born, and Deku still has green hair. Deku is born with actual hair. Now, Deku's hair is born very long. Deku does eventually cut it down to, match his, human hair, but for now, Deku has long locks like the Predator hair. Now, Deku doesn't have those, um, uh, appendages on his face. Deku doesn't have, talons or fangs. So, Deku's born with, whatchamacallit, don't know what it's called again. Um, Deku is born with the predator, skin tone, but with the human body. Deku is the same height as a average predator, and Deku ages as same as a predator. Deku's average weight and speed and agility that a predator has. Now, a predator is obviously stronger than a human. A predator has increased speed. Yeah, I think predators have increased speed, stamina, and strength. So they do have some sort of quirk-related abilities. They also have all this gear, and it's pretty hard to estimate how strong they are physically without their gear, because in every Predator movie they have their gear, their signature mask and everything. No, Deku's actually born with a quirk. Deku's quirk is called Heat Ray. Now, Deku doesn't need the mask to see heat scans. Deku can see heat scans with his own eyes, and the Predator race saw that as a very, very um good power and very good quirk, because he doesn't need his mask. No, and also Deku can't get blind. Deku can also regenerate his eyes, so if anybody, try to poke his eyes out or stab him, he can just regenerate them. So Deku also did also have a accelerating, faster, um, regeneration capabilities on the rest of his body, but Deku can regenerate to a point, the Deadpool Wolverine levels, just, about 2 times faster than the average human. So Deku's, pretty much blood was still green like an average predator, was still green like a predator, and Deku also had the same skin texture as a predator. Mostly the skin texture of the red, mostly the skin texture of the, what was it? I don't know what it's called. The Predator from Predator 2. The Hunter one. The Supreme Hunter one. So pretty much Deku saw, was raised on Predator Island. Deku also learned English from his mother, and he also, learned Predator. Deku was, a very successful kid. The other Predators, treated him a little bit differently, but since he had the same skin texture as a Predator, the same hair, and Deku did have the same eyes as a Predator, they did, accept him. Deku also had sharper teeth, but he didn't have mandibles. So yeah, Deku had a human face, but he just had, sharper teeth like Hiroshima. So, Deku basically did have claws. Deku could, climb up walls and stuff. And Deku also was extremely stronger than the average kid his age at the age of 12 in Predator years. So Deku saw this as an opportunity and pretty much, trained and trained years and years on Predator Island. And Inko actually, moved to Predator Island, fell in love, even got married to the other Predator. And Deku doesn't have any siblings. So Deku was the only child and was, praised in front of, the Predator race. Now the Predators did want to pit Deku, make Deku a warrior, and Deku was told by his mother about heroes and quirks and stuff like that from Earth. Now Deku always wanted to go to Earth, and Deku's mother could take him back to Earth. So Deku's father talked to his mother, and pretty much, and Inko at this point already knows how to speak Predator. She knows how to speak Predator, and her voice has evolved to make the same noises as a Predator. And also, guys, it's other abilities that the Predator has. A Predator can mimic the noises of, not your loved ones. He can mimic the voice of a human, but not a specific human. But he can also mimic the voice of a, he can also mimic the voice of a dog, cat, or any type of animal. So he can, trick you for hunting you or whatever. And Deku and also Predators can hear a a whisper from 50 miles away. A whisper for 50 miles away. That's that's awesome. Predators also have which Predators also have claws that are extremely sharp. Everybody knows Predators have claws, but they also are able to, cut and rip flesh, human flesh, more specifically, or animal flesh. So Deku was taught by his father before he went to Earth for years and years. He learned how to use weapons like the shoulder blasted cannon, the shoulder cannon on the Predator suit. Also knowed how to use his also was trained in combat skill and fighting from his father, and also trained by the greatest warriors because the king wanted to, give Deku the greatest training. Now Deku's father was actually one of the greatest warriors in Predator culture. Now Deku was told all the Predator culture and their, rituals, and also learned about the alien Predator ritual to become a true warrior. Their initiation, the kill a predator. Now Deku will go through that initiation, but you guys decide which part he goes in. Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, whatever. So Deku basically sees this as an opportunity, but he still wants to go to Earth and become a hero. He does want to still become a warrior too. So Predator King gives him a choice, two choices, to be a warrior, but also a hero on the Earth. On Earth. So Deku takes that offer. At this point, Deku is 13 in human years, and Deku is about 15 in human years, and I don't know what Predators have different time counts, so I'm just gonna say Predators have the same time count as humans. So Deku is 15 Predator years too. So Deku gets ready and prepared. Deku is given all the necessary gear and all the gear from a Predator has, like the shoulder cannon, the claw thing on the wrist, their little claw thing on the wrist, their bomb thing. Deku didn't take that with him because he didn't want, to blow himself up if he failed, because he isn't a warrior yet. Deku was also given the traditional Predator costume, but Deku does, plan on upgrading this. So Deku gets his traditional Predator outfit, the same Predator outfit in this picture, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But it just imagine the black locks as green locks, and pretty much Deku gets trained, knows how to use the smart disc the Predator has, and Deku is also given the long range gun. You're probably wondering what you mean. Deku's father is actually the supreme hunter that was with the long range sniper rifle or gun in Predator 2. And that's his father in this universe. So Deku was given that weapon, and Deku's father just made a new one. So Deku, learned how to use that weapon. Also, he learned how to attract it and retract it. And also learned how to use the Predator staff slash spear. Yeah, I think. And also Deku learned how to camouflage as well. So Deku was very, very, had the same abilities as any Predator in any movie. Deku wasn't a super Predator, but he was pretty strong nonetheless. So Deku was 2 times stronger than the average Predator, including the Super Predator. Well, Deku had the same strength as the Super Predator, meaning that Deku was not as tall, just as tall as a normal Predator, but just had the strength of the Super Predator from the new Predator movie, or the old one, per se, the latest one. So Deku goes to Earth couple months after he gets all his gear and stuff and gets ready, and his mother grabs him and says, see you later, honey," and kisses, Deku's father. Now, I do not know how predators kiss humans, but it's up to your imagination. Let's get into it. So Deku is teleported away with his mother to planet Earth, and Deku's father already has a connected line to Inko by a brace on her arm that, notifies her about, if her husband wants to talk, so they can talk through holograms. So Deku teleported back to Earth, and Inko did teleport to Earth once a month to find, to keep track of Earth. So she pretty much already knew about Earth, and she already had a house pretty much paid for and set up for both of them. So Deku went to the house, and their house was like a penthouse. Now predators, they're very smart, so they found out a way to recreate Inko's human money in a way as printing, stuff like that. So they found out how to print the items that they needed to survive on Earth, like money and stuff. So Inko had about like $500,000 and more being teleported back and forth with her when her when she needs more money, she's just gonna go back to Predator planet and print out more money. So Deku's pretty much life was trained by that point. Now Deku doesn't know Bakugo or any other people on Earth. So Deku gets ready, and pretty much now in this universe, guys, it's been other cases of humans breeding with predators. So guys, go in the comments if you want anybody in Class 1A or anybody in My Hero Academia, mostly a villain, to become a predator or have predator DNA. But yeah, the Deku gets ready, and pretty much he goes, into the town. Now Deku's mother already knows, Deku's gonna have a good day because, well, they're just gonna think Deku looks like that because he has a quirk. So they're not gonna look any different at him. So Deku's walking down the street, and Deku actually did cut down his locks, and did use his cutoff locks and reattached his cutoff locks to his mask. Sorry guys. So Deku went back to pretty much home after, the walk in the city, and Deku pretty much signed up for the entrance exam, and Deku was already trained, and he just trained more physically on his body. Now, Deku already got, a whole entire note to use his quirk, or his, um, skills and weapons in the match. Now, Deku was only permitted to use close range weapons like his, knife thing, his knife wrist, claw, his smart disc, and, staff, or spear baton, a tractable spear baton or something. And also, Deku did make his own pocket knife made of the same metal as the plasma shoulder cannon. So Deku got ready, and Deku went, into UA. Deku bumped into bumped into Minata other than Ochaku, or tripped in front of Ochaku. So Deku bumped into Minata, and Minata, yeah, that's what I said. Minata pretty much, says to Deku, hey, pretty cool, look you got there. Deku says, oh, thank you. Now, Deku wears sunshades because he doesn't want to, show his true eyes. And pretty much Deku says, well, have a nice day, and pretty much runs off. So, Deku doesn't, have that much, interactive socialism with humans, but he does, he did react with some humans on the couple of months he was on Earth, so he did, have some simple etiquette, and his mother also teach him some etiquette as well. So Deku went into the entrance exam and got a perfect score in the written exam, everything because Deku was also taught in human culture as well as in predator culture while he grew up. Deku was very successful in all of his exams. Deku did pretty good in the written exam, and we get to the practical exam. So Deku gets ready and gets in his, he's already in his predator costume, and Deku's in this predator outfit right here shown in this video. This isn't Deku's hero costume. Deku's hero costume is gonna be more litty and way more cooler. So Deku gets ready and then gets started. So Deku sprints off past everybody, running, jumping off building walls, jumping on top of robots left and right, taking his knives and shoving them into the gears and, gashes into the robot. Deku does that for a couple minutes, impaling robots with his spear and staff, and pretty much, running around. So Deku eventually gets to the 0 point robot, about to run away, and camouflage, but he hears a girl screaming. Deku runs over there, but he's too late, and the robot's about to step on both of them. Deku uses the last minute of his strength to jump out of the way and camouflage under some rubble, and pretty much a hero jumps in, saving Ochaku, pretty much letting the 0 point robot, walk on. So Deku gets out of there as fast as possible, still in camouflage mode, and, goes to robot, stabbing them left and right. Now, they just think Deku's camouflage mode is, just his quirk. So Deku, he didn't want to tell them that was technology because they wouldn't think it's human technology, so yeah. So Deku gets ready and everybody gets, started on, to go home. So after that, Deku goes back home, waits a couple days, gets called in by Yue, and said that he got in. Deku's doped, Deku's psyched, and then gets started, my guy. So Deku gets started with Yue, and Deku goes to Yue the next day, Class 1A. Deku goes to Class 1A the next day, walks in there, he pretty much, gets in there, walks in Class 1A, passes a couple of, kids, and pretty much off the bat, Deku just feels like he needs to have some sort of beef with Bakugo. But yeah, so Deku walks in there, goes to a seat next to Minata, and pretty much, Ochaku, it didn't see Deku's face, she just saw Deku's locks from his mask. So Deku doesn't wear his mask at school, so she just is the green hair. So she just sits down and pretty much Deku sits down in his chair and everybody gets started. So they get started and Deku gets ready to go, outside for the quirk assessments. They go outside. Azawa tells them to go outside for the quirk assessments. They go outside, and they get told, Deku's told to throw the ball first because he got the highest score. Deku throws the ball pretty far, same height as Bakugo, but it does tug out Deku a lot. Deku needs a lot of strength for that. So for the long jump, Deku gets a really good score on that. The race, Deku gets a okay score. For the grip test strength, Deku gets a good score, not a great score, but a good score. And for the pretty much walk home, Deku gets an awesome score. But yeah, everybody scored pretty good, and Mineta is up to you guys if you want to expel Mineta or not. So yeah, so Deku walks off into the forest nearby from UA, and pretty much camouflages away into the night, going to his penthouse. Now, let me show you how Deku's penthouse with his mother looks like. So guys, yeah, this is Deku's penthouse, and it's pretty cool. And Deku also has another penthouse that his mom rented on the other side of Japan. Let me show you how it looks like. Right here. So Deku goes to, the main penthouse that his mom bought, and Deku goes, to sleep after that night. Seemingly, Deku's mom goes to sleep, but Deku gets up and walks off. Deku walks off in the night, going on top of the building that their penthouse is on, and looking around into the city. And Deku puts on his new upgraded suit that he got. Deku's Vigilante suit is a lot more different from his hero costume suit. It's not as rad or cool, but it is as intimidating. Deku's hero costume basically looks like this. Deku did use red skin paint to make his skin look a lot more different than his normal skin, and did add on claw enhancements on his hands to make his look that's pretty much make himself look a lot more different than his original self. Deku also used a different mask with black dreads, making himself look completely different from his original self. Pretty much, just looking awesome in general. So Deku gets ready and goes off into the city. So Deku's ready to jumping on building to building, still in camouflage mode, mind you, and he sees, a girl getting mugged. Deku jumps down onto a dumpster next to them, and they noticing why it didn't move. Pretty much, the man just ignores it and goes on to, robbing the girl. Deku jumps behind the guy and cracks both of his kneecaps. Just breaks them, like bones sticking out of them, just blood going everywhere. Just straight up kicks him with both legs, drop kicking them, and pretty much, he falls on the ground, bleeding from his kneecaps, yelling out in pain. The girl looks at Deku, and Deku nods and points out of the alleyway and says, "Go." She runs off, scared for the guy and also scared for herself, and Deku camouflages and you know, um, sprints out of the alleyway. So Deku sprinting out of the alleyway, goes back home, and Deku doesn't know the concept of Deku doesn't know the concept. Deku does know the concept of hurting people, but Deku's mom never said he couldn't hurt somebody to the point of paralyzing them or taking their whole entire life away. Not killing them, but just hurting them badly. But yeah, so Deku was taught huntery and to slow down your prey, keep them as alive as possible. Pretty much, she just predator stuff. Now, the guy didn't die, and they were able to, save his kneecaps. He was able to walk again, but he could never, I mean, never run or jog ever again. So the guy couldn't mug anybody ever again. So yeah. the bone, and guys, sorry, the bones weren't completely popping out, just the tip of them were popping out of both kneecaps, and blood was bursting out of the scrapes on the kneecaps when he fell down to the ground, because his pants were ripped as the bone popped through his kneecaps. So Deku going back home, and pretty much, the next day Deku goes back to school, and his with his hero costume in deck, because he was informed by the school that they were going to need the hero costumes for the second day of school. So guys, I'm gonna leave it off here. See you guys later, and hope you have a blessed day. Bye.